Hello, friends. We've been talking about the brain and the drama it can create for us and how to become the watcher of our thoughts and how our brain goes to negativity bias. Now it's time to talk about stress. Okay, stress affects our health. It affects our how we manage things. It affects our well-being. I mean, it affects how we act with other people. It affects all kinds of things, right? And sometimes stress is more than others. So what are you doing with your stress? And the client I was talking to today was telling me how she took her kids to school and came home, got right into the groove of things of what she had already been working on. And she's like, I haven't cried yet. And I didn't have the emotional meltdown that I usually have. And I said, what's different? And she said, I'm not amplifying my stress. And I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful title, right? Don't amplify the stress. It's always going to be there. Let's not make it worse than it is. She is training her brain through mindfulness to focus on more of what she is doing and not what she's not doing. Okay. So that's when I was asking her to say, hey, tell me how this is going and what's working. She said, I'm not looking at what we didn't do. I'm looking at what we did do. So she enjoyed her time with her kids this summer as she was mindful and present with them. And now it's on to the next chapter. Kids go to school. I fall back into this routine. And so I wanted to share some of her story. All right. So she's learning that how powerful mindfulness can be in reducing her stress. And just a side note, when we first started meeting back in January, her goal was simply to take a shower by noon. Okay. She was overwhelmed, stressed, super stressed, sad, and it was hard to get up and do stuff. So through this step-by-step process and breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, she's moving forward. She learned that accepting where she was and that she learned to accept where she was, and then she didn't have to be perfect. She first started the journey, of course, wanting to lose weight, but she realized that losing the weight wasn't that she didn't have to lose the weight to feel better. Okay. Because her brain was telling her, yeah, your house will be better. Your kids will be better. Everything else will be better as soon as you lose the weight. Okay. So she's identified, not true. Not true. You've got to love yourself where you are. And that's what she's done. She's accepting herself where she is. She knows her strengths and weaknesses, and she's working through obstacles to get to the goals that she desires. Through this journey of our time together, she's continued to make changes, even though it was hard, even though she fell backwards many times. And she fell backward, but she kept going forward because she believes in herself. Okay. So it was okay when she fell backward. Of course, we all need to fail. That's how we learn. So she's learning more and more about herself. So, and again, she had that vision of herself of what it was that she really wants. And so here's some of the action steps that she's taken to get the results that she really wants. Okay. She wanted her house to be a little bit more orderly. She likes structure. So she's been working to get that. So she started decluttering her rooms step by step, and it takes time, but she learned the power of planning. Today I can just work in this room. Next week I'll do whatever the next room. So slowly started doing that. Still working on herself. She's tried new recipes, which was hard because kids only like to eat this food, and she has limitations on food that she can and can't eat. And so sometimes it's very challenging to find new recipes. But she had the mindset, I can totally learn this. I'm going to figure it out. Her husband's very supportive. And so she's tried a few new recipes and continues to do so a little at a time, right? She's planning her meals. So she's spending that 30 minutes a week planning stuff instead of wasting that time and making tons of excuses why you don't have time to plan. Okay. She's realized she doesn't have time not to plan because she will eat better and feel better. Okay. She started with just the 10-15-minute walks and staying committed to her, just small steps, just doing the best she can. Now she's ready to go to the gym. Her husband has time and he can go with her. And so that's her next step. Part of her action step, she reduced social media. She didn't realize how much time she was wasting there. And kind of a fun note, her and her husband made time limits on each other's phone. And so it's nice to have, again, that support. Now, when she does social media, she does it because she chooses. She's not using it as an escape from life or stress, right? So she keeps working on doing what she needs to get the structure that she wants. The results, she has less clutter in her home, less clutter in her brain. She gets more done during the day. Her joint pain is gone. The overwhelming sadness is gone, and she doesn't feel exhausted. She's managing her stress. So what a powerful example of just small steps of moving forward, moving backward. That's okay. Just you keep going because you keep believing in you and what's possible. She's the author of her story. She's creating the results she wants one step at a time. So there you have it. The power of mindfulness and being aware of your stress and what you can do to work through it. All righty. So keep planning, keep believing in yourself, keep taking those deep breaths, keep taking those small steps. You're going to reach your goal one step at a time. Bye.